Hey fish people, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, we're going to do a quick little Q&A of questions that I've seen pop up multiple times, worded various ways on different Facebook groups. So I hope you enjoy. Alright, so this first question is going to be about various filtrations that people use. This person was like a little confused as to why people still use a certain kind, so we're just going to go ahead and answer their question as best as I can. So their question was, or not more question, it's more of a statement, but it says, I honestly don't understand why anyone uses hang-on back filters anymore. HOB stands for hang on back filter, or hang on the back filter for those that don't know. The simplicity of canister and sump pumps is on par of what hang on backs used to be 10 years ago. So I think part of the reason that people still prefer hang on backs over canisters or over sumps is that they're just so easy, especially for new people coming into the hobby. If they're buying the kits from the store, they come with them anyway. And if you're going to PetSmarts or Petco's, the hang on the backs are right next to the tanks anyway, and you see them before you see like the FX6s. You see the hang on the backs first before you see sponge filters or anything else. So that's probably one of the reasons that people are still using them over the other ones. I personally just prefer how easy a hang on the back filter is, especially once you hot wire it with some sponges and other filter media besides just the cartridges. But if you're a first time fish keeper, there's definitely nothing wrong with going with the good old simple hang on back filter, because it just requires one cord, water, and a cartridge or sponge, and you're good to go. You don't have to do anything crazy with it. You know, taking a canister filter apart, cleaning it all out, putting it back together. I'm pretty sure you have to prime them. Never use canisters or sumps. So that is not to say this person's not wrong. I'm sure some people prefer, you know, their canisters or sumps over hang on the back. Alright, this next question, I like it. It says, can plants be added to aquariums with regular, in quotes, substrate like sand or gravel? Now, I'm assuming they put regular in quotations because a lot of people will tell you you need the aqua soils to grow plants efficiently in your tanks. And sand and gravel are kind of like the cheap solutions to substrates when you don't want to go the high-end route. So the simple answer to this is yes, they can 100% be added to substrates like sand or gravel or pebble. They just require a little more help. So when you first start your tank and your cycle is still fresh, you're going to want to use a liquid fertilizer and a root tab fertilizer. There's a wide array of these. You can pick out whichever one you think will be best for you. The liquid one, some plants absorb nutrients through the water column, which means it's just free floating in the water and they absorb it that way. And others are like regular plants where they root themselves and they pull nutrients from the substrate and not as much from that water column. So you have to research the plants you have and figure out which kind of plant you have. If you're a beginner, go Anubias. It's brain dead simple. It's very hard to kill that one. That one you can use a liquid fertilizer and you'll be fine. And that one you don't even really plant. You just kind of stick it in a corner or somewhere to make it look natural. And it'll, you know, slowly root itself. And that's good to go. So yes, you can plant plants in regular substrate. I have multiple tanks that are just gravel bottom or sand with gravel. And I do stem plants, I do rhizome plants, I do mosses. So yeah, you can 100% put plants with regular substrate. You don't have to get fancy with aqua soil. The aqua soil will help just like CO2 will help. But overall, you can definitely just use regular gravel that you can get at any pet store. Now this next one, it says, can you sex these mollies? They unfortunately did not give pictures, so I will pull up pictures here. When you're sexing mollies, guppies, platies, it's basically the same thing. So you're gonna look, the male, it's kind of simple. The male's right here, this one on the bottom. If you notice his fin on his ventral side there is straight and elongated, whereas if you look at the females up here, her ventral fin is much more fanny and open. So the fanny open one is the female, and the male is the one that has the more sharp pointed ventral fin on his underside. And it's pretty simple. Male, female, question answered. And this works with guppies and platies as well. Pretty much the live bearers, those three, they all look the same when it comes to sexting. I'll pull pictures up real quick and you can see the differences. So here we have the guppies, again, female, male is up top. And here you go, same thing with platies. Females on the bottom and the males. So again, works with mollies, platies, and guppies. All the same. Swordtail, same thing. But so your females are going to have the more fan-like fin, and then the males are, again, more pointed. And real quick, before we move any further with questions, I'm going to put a card here, this corner, to my Fishkeeping 101 series. If you're new to fishkeeping and you want to learn more on how to keep fish and more efficiently and better, and questions you might have, so that playlist will be linked up there. And also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, can you go ahead and hit that little subscription button down there for me? It does so much to help me out and show support. Alright, back to the video. And you guys know I couldn't let this go without at least one beta question. So this came from a group called Betta Fishkeepers, and it said, what snails can go in a 10-gallon with a male? Now this is assuming you have no other fish in the tank, you just want to have a beta and some snails. Now, y'all know that I love my ram's horn snails. Not really gonna do too much in the 10-gallon if you got beta fish and you got a bunch of ram's horns. But you can 100% do ram's horns because they don't get big. They stay nice and small, maybe about no bigger than the size of a dime. So ram's horns, definitely, they come in different colors. They have pink ones, blue ones, they got like marbled ones. So those are good. Most people are probably gonna say mystery snails though, and I would probably agree. Get yourself a couple mystery snails, throw those in there, get a whole bunch of different colors, and your beta will probably be happy. But just keep in mind that some betas are not going to like if you put a tank mate in there. I remember that I put some nerite snails, that's another option, in one of my tanks, and he was not a very happy camper. He got super timid, hiding in the corner, hiding in his little house all the time. He started getting stressed. His fins were starting to slowly deteriorate. He did not like the snails at all. They stressed him out. So I had to remove the snails and put them in other tanks. Luckily, I had room for them. I've also had the opposite happen where I'll put ram's horn snails in the tank and I'll see the beta. Here's the snail. The beta's like eating the snail out of the freaking shell. I've had that happen. I've put nerites in another tank and the beta got super aggressive and started, flaring up near him all the time, getting super territorial. So just like with anything, have a backup, have a spare tank that you can throw snails in if it doesn't work out. But I would say ram's horns, nerites, and mystery snails are probably the three best. You could try like a rabbit snail or a trapdoor or even an assassin, but it really all depends on what you're looking for. In a 10-gallon, mystery snails are probably the best mystery snails. Nerites, good thing about nerites is they can't breed in freshwater. So if you don't want to worry about a snail bloom, definitely go with nerites. Alright, this next question says, what is y'all's opinions on slow release feeders for when you go on vacation? I remember looking at these things and thinking, this is a giant brick of food. You know what? I'm going to show you guys what they're talking about. 1 second. Boom. There it is. So this is what they're talking about. This is one of those disc foods that you can get at the pet store. It's basically like they take their food and they just kind of compress it into a disc. And it's supposed to be like a 3, 4, 5 day feeder. Throw it in your tank and the fish can slowly nibble on it. Now, my problem with these is, if you've ever held one, they're kind of hard as a rock. They just kind of sit in the tank and the fish don't tend to like them. So I've had not very good success with these things. I tried it once a long time ago. Fish did not like them. I've tried like the pleco briquettes that you can get, the shrimp ones that are like the banquet, and again, they kind of just sit there. The plecos never touch theirs, the shrimp never touch theirs. The snails will eat it because the snails will eat anything. But so for me, I'm gonna say these are a no. And that's it for this little Q&A video of questions that I pulled from various Facebook groups. Let me know down in the comments if you guys like this kind of thing. I can keep doing them. We can do Q&As on the channel, so drop your questions down below. and just keep an eye out for some other stuff to come on the channel. We have the simple fish keeping series that we're going to be starting. I'm getting my responses in from those. Super cool panel that I have lined up to help with those videos. We'll be talking about a few different things, all different fish keeping topics, and a wide range of fish keeping experience and different types of fish keepers. I tried to get some snail people, some shrimp people, besides just regular fish keepers, so we can get a nice wide range of people in on this thing. So as always, thank you for watching the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already, and I will catch you guys in the next one.